Hey everybody. Oh no. Let's get this set up. I'm going to put up a saran wrap type hot tent tonight to try to camp out in the 0 degree Alaska weather and not freeze to death. And you are all invited to join me. Hey everybody. We're going to put up a hot tent tonight using saran wrap here in Alaska and see if it'll keep us warm. So that's what we are planning to do tonight. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's give it a shot, shall we? Alright, so we're just using this Project Source. It's called Stretch Wrap. You can get it from Lowe's. It pretty much has no way of insulating you, but I'm going to try to make it so it's double walled. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but someone suggested I put pieces of wood between the layers to create a kind of like a layer of air. So we might do that. Let's go ahead and try to get this started before it gets too dark, because it is going to get dark here quick in Alaska. So this is going to be kind of big, but that's okay because I need room for my cot. And it is really cold, and it's supposed to get windy later, and that windshield is going to make it really bad. I will also be testing out a new sleeping bag while I'm doing this. It is rated for -20, so I'm really hoping the comfort is closer to 0 because it's going to be cold. Right, so first we're going to start with the roof. And to do this, we're just going to make a really strong line around as high as we want the roof. That way it'll hold up any weight of any snow. It's not supposed to snow tonight, so we don't have to make it too strong, but there's always a chance. I like to stand up in this hot tent, so I'm going to try to make it really tall if I can. Let's go ahead and set the roof. Not sure how I'm going to do this, but we're going to improvise as we go. Trying to, if I can, get this as close to airtight as possible. I know that's not going to be possible, but we can try. Dropped it on the head. There we go. This stuff is just sticking to itself. Probably an easier way to do this. This is a workout on my arms. This wrap wants to stick to itself. It's making it real difficult. All right. I think this is good enough for the roof right now. I think this is good enough for the roof right now. And we're gonna go ahead and start on the walls. And I'll come back and reinforce the roof if I really need to. Actually, let me do a couple more layers on the roof because it might be actually a little difficult to reinforce the roof after I do the walls. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm making a hot tent out of this saran wrap in Alaska, and it's going to be probably about 0 degrees. Yeah, it's a work of art. I know. It looks absolutely horrible. And you know what? If it looks horrible and it keeps me warm, that's what counts. So it does look horrible though, I agree. And yes, Alaska. We're in Alaska. And it's in the single digits, and it's going to get colder tonight and all next week as well. Woo. All right. We are going to start on the walls now. Oh, someone's at my door. Who's at my door? Hey. Hello. Hey, I don't. He can't come out right now. Hey. Oh, okay, okay. All right, sounds good. Y'all be careful. Love you. Bye. All right. Had to get the doorbell. Back to work. There's a hole. There's a hole right here. I gotta patch it up so no hot air leaks out. All right, let's go ahead and start on the wall. I need to go right under and over. So there's a gap between the wall and the roof. So I'm gonna have to go under the wall and over the roof to close that gap. Nice and spacious in here. So while I'm making this, there's a big gap right here between the wall and the roof. So the plans are to go under the wall, so I'm coming from the outside and go back over to try to pull the wall closer to the roof. That way I can insulate it and keep the hot air in here. Let's see how this works out. That's the plan, at least. All right, so we're gonna try to seal that hole between the wall and the roof. See what happens. So, yeah, it's the huge wrapping paper, and I'm gonna have to also cut down some trees and build a little door. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to get in and out of this thing, because I don't want to just cut it and just have a flap open and close, flap, because then the cold air is going to come in. So No, I'm not Bear Brown. But you know what's funny is Bear Brown's been a lot more active on Facebook and YouTube, and I've been watching his stuff lately. And you know, he's cool. You know, he's Alaska Bush people guy. You know, he's cool. They got a cool story. So props to him to keep continuing the legacy of him making content for the people. And you know, he's trying his best with his family. And so I'm a fan, you know, of him and what he does. And it was really cool watching Alaska Bush people, you know, that long ago when they were making things for TV. You know, I never imagined myself being in Alaska doing this when I was watching that, you know, uh, seeing them punch salmon and stuff. But now, when I go fishing, I have a little billy club that I beat the salmon with, so I'm like, yeah, I understand. All right, let's go. We're gonna go over. No, no, no. We gotta come from this side. Let's do this. We're gonna have to somehow come over here. All right, I have an idea. Come around here. Actually, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So here. Yeah, it's perfect. I need to make more layers on the roof though. For it to look right. I need to lift this edges up more because on the inside it's creating my roof to be shorter. And I want a tall roof. I want some elevated ceilings in this cabin, you know, for luxury. Nothing beats a hot tent luxury than high roof. I'm telling you guys, with the cost of housing here, after I make this, I could probably Airbnb this thing out for $100 a night. Just kidding. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the sun is starting to go down right behind these trees. Here in Alaska, in Anchorage, it's getting darker earlier, so before 4 o'clock, it's going to be dark. So right now, what time is it? I don't even know. It's 2:30, so I have about an hour left to get this thing built before it's dark. So I need to hurry. So the plan, again, I'm creating a hot tent to camp in overnight. It's gonna be 0 degrees or close to 0 degrees, really freezing tonight. And I gotta make this hot tent as good as I can, or it's gonna be a very cold night. And I'll give you guys a tour. Don't worry, I'll give you guys a upfront exclusive tour of this vaulted ceiling hot tent made of saran wrap. Oh no. I think throwing it might be the key to make this a little easier. Or not. It, it is cold. I'm starting to get ice forming in my mustache and beard. Man, I hope you guys didn't see that. Just fell. Oh, move this out of the way. I just tripped on my gear and fell. Whew. Wow, that was fun. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not making a trampoline. I'm using some packing wrap to create a hot tent to try to camp in tonight. It's gonna get really cold, so this is the challenge, is to create it so it's as airtight as possible. So when it gets down to 0 degrees tonight, my stove that I'm gonna have in my hot tent will keep me warm. Okay. Let's go over. There we go. It would be a nice trampoline though. the tape on this one. There we go. This is the end. All right, so done with the roof. Now we gotta put together the wall. So that took one whole roll to focus on the roof. It's a little more than I thought it was gonna take. It's mainly my fault because I didn't make it a perfect design. I kind of just, like someone said, made it like spider webs, just kind of everywhere. But that's okay, as long as it retains the heat, that's what we need. So, it's not the prettiest thing, but I got the roof done. Now, onto our second roll for the wall, and I gotta save some for the door. I could also have a foam board, and I might just use the foam board for a wall. For a door. Guess we'll see what happens. We'll go ahead and unwrap this. So you guys viewing, I'm making a makeshift hot tent out of packing saran wrap type of material. It's going to be like a clear tint, so it's going to be pretty cool to see. Once I have it set up and have my stove in here, you'll be able to see the stove on fire and stuff. It'll look really cool. And plan is to sleep in here tonight in 0-degree weather, testing out a new sleeping bag, but also just taking this challenge of making this hot tent out of this packing wrap. Here in Alaska, it's gonna be 0 degrees or close to 0 degrees tonight. And you guys watching, please subscribe. I'd absolutely love you guys to subscribe. And I did post a video this morning. If you're looking at my channel right now, I slept on a mountain last weekend. On Thanksgiving Day, I woke up early to get ready to head home for Thanksgiving dinner with the family. And there was an earthquake. So I woke up to an earthquake, and it was absolutely insane. It rumbled, it was loud, the ground shook like crazy. It was a 6.0 magnitude earthquake. I was in the mountains, and I was kind of panicking because I thought there was going to be an avalanche. So I packed up all my stuff as quick as possible and left. And there was a blizzard that morning. So it was super snowy, and I had to get down off this mountain as quick as possible in the snow. So if you guys want to check out that video, I put that out today. Would love it. Please like, subscribe, leave comments. It all helps with the algorithm with YouTube. You know how that works. So anyway, let's start on this wall. It is getting really dark now already. Here in Alaska, the sun goes down real quick in the winter. And in the summer, it stays up all day long. It's paradise. Oh. This is a workout. It's cold, but I'm sweating a little. Almost done with the wall. I'm gonna have to go in. I brought some heavy duty tape just to kind of help seal up some areas because there are some air leaks gonna happen. But as long as this tent keeps the heat in somewhat and brings it above freezing, like 32 degrees, I'll be perfectly fine with my sleeping bag. And I'm gonna have a cot, so it's gonna pick me up off the snow. And I'll have my sleeping pads and everything else, so that should keep me pretty warm when I'm sleeping at night. All right, done with the walls. I'm done with the walls, and now what I need to figure out is how to cut a slit into it without it just coming completely undone and creating like a door. I think over here is gonna be the best place. Let me show you. Uh-oh. So right here where this tree is, I think we can use this and cut a little slit and just try to get this to stay on here. Maybe I'll get some nails or something and nail it so the saran wrap doesn't come off. That's the plan, at least. Let's see what happens. And my charger fell in the snow. So, okay, you guys, let's go ahead. Don't cut it all the way. Yeah, no, I'm going to try to cut it as carefully as I can. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tape along there, like wrap tape around it. I'll show you, just in case it decides to try to unravel really fast. I'm hoping the tape is going to stop it from unraveling. Yeah, you know, I don't want this entrance to be some crazy elaborate entrance because I might ruin it, and so I just want to do as small as possible. But I do got to get my cotton gearing here, which is very important. And you know, I didn't bring any nails or anything with me. I should have brought something. So either this is going to turn out really cool and it's going to work, or you guys are going to see an epic failure in live on YouTube Live. So let me take off my gloves to do this. I need to be able to feel that stickiness. And I have some heavy duty Gorilla Tape that I'm using. And I'm just going to do a couple layers up and down just to try to make sure that if it does try to give it, this will at least stop it a little. Oh, my tape, it's so cold out here that it's starting to freeze, and it's not coming off like normal. This is not good. It's actually the adhesive part is staying attached to the tape. Oh, I might have to figure out a way to warm this up. Okay, let me just put it in my shirt for a couple minutes to warm it up, because it's so cold that this tape is failing. That's not good. I need to get some nails or something, because I'd really like to just nail this on here. Or even some staples. Yeah. Maybe I can phone a friend. Let me phone a friend. And I think there's a hammer too. Yeah, this is gonna work. I know this is gonna work. All right, this is gonna work out. I have access to some nails and a hammer now. So I'm gonna hammer this styrofoam, or not styrofoam, this wrap on here. That way when I cut it and it does try to just kind of come undone, it'll at least have some support to stop it. So that's good. So for you guys joining me, this is a makeshift hot tent here in Alaska. It's going to get down to 0 degrees. The snow is not that deep to dig because I'm over trees. There's not a lot of snow under the trees. But that would be a great idea, though, to create like a tunnel to go under. That would be a great idea for future plans. Yeah, I might do that in the future for if I do this again when it's really deep snow. So let me go grab the hammer and nails. You guys don't go anywhere. I'll be right back really fast. Hammering some branches for a door frame. Yeah, I might do that too. Yeah, there's endless possibilities. I have this. Let me show you guys what I have, which I might just use this. I have this right here sled, and after I take all my gear out of it, I might just prop it up and use the sled as a door. I think that might be the easiest solution to all this. I just got to make sure that the area that I cut inside this wrap right here is not going to just come undone. No, 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 Thomas. The challenge is to sleep in here. I don't want to sleep in my car. That's not a challenge. So anyway, let me go get some nails and hammers real quick, and I'm gonna nail and hammer the wrap onto that piece of dead wood that's like a stump. So I'll be right back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. All right, we're back with the hammer and the nails. Before I hammer and nail this in here though, let me see if this tape has warmed up enough that I can use it, because it was so cold the tape was failing. Okay, it has. It's warmed up enough that I can use it. So let's hurry up and just tape some sections off. So I don't need this entrance to be too high or too low. I'm just gonna step over part of it. I just kind of want like a little door. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. I do not want to ruin all this time I just used to make this. And I'm hoping this Gorilla Tape is gonna last in 0-degree weather. It still is having a little issues with its with the adhesive. It's freezing. Oh. You know what? This adhesive doesn't want to stick because it's so cold. Okay, this is good enough for now. So now we are going to start hammering this nails into here. And this tape I'm hoping is going to help support it a little. I don't know how well this is going to do, but I'm hoping it doesn't just end up ripping the whole thing, because that would really suck. It'd be a waste of time. So what's happening exactly is I'm making a hot tent shelter with this this wrapping, clear wrapping material, and plan is to sleep in it tonight. It's gonna get really cold, 0 degrees. I don't know how well this is gonna work. This doesn't have a lot of insulation, but I'm hoping that it'll at least bring it up to maybe 32 degrees. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna have my temperature gauges with me all night, and I'm gonna be using a new -20 sleeping bag that's rated 20, -20, and so that means the comfort level probably is around 0. So as long as it's 32 in here, it should keep me warm-ish. We'll see. All right, let's get these nails on here. And this is a dead tree. Don't worry about the tree. We're not going to hurt it. It's already dead. And I don't know if these nails are going to actually work because this tree is so rotten. These nails seem like they might just pop out. And it's starting to get dark. Temperatures are already going down. I can feel it. This might be overkill, but I'd rather be safe than not safe. All right, tree's getting a lot thicker the further down we go. Well, not right there. It's a lot of nails. I'm gonna have to come back and get all these nails out of here because I can reuse these on another project. All right, I'm just gonna do a few more from here to about here. That way I can make my door so I can just kind of crunch over and take a step into it. Oh, it is cold. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but it's cold. All right, this is probably overkill. Oh, getting your hands in the snow, making it wet. It's really making my hands burn. It's so cold. I'm gonna need to get my gloves back on. Oh, birds are out. All right, now here's the moment of truth. We're gonna have to make this cut into this. Kind of scared what's gonna happen, but I do have more material if I need to, so let's go ahead and cut it. We're gonna try to cut it along this edge right here, and yeah, let's see what happens. And for you hot box it, no, I'm not gonna hot box it. Start a little campfire in there, bro. I'm gonna die. I can't. You can't start a fire in an enclosed area. That is not smart. I'm gonna have a hot tent, so I'm gonna have a pipe coming out of the roof, and it'll allow all the smoke to go out. All right, here we go. Okay, this is great. It didn't just give on me and just kind of fly everywhere. This is really good. So I want to make this just big enough so I can go in and out. So this is probably the perfect size right here. Let me go ahead and just give it a shot, shall we? Oh, yes. Oh, this is perfect. We gotta do something about this air gap. No problem though. This is good. Yeah, this is gonna work. All right, so we got this little door now. And there is a big piece of wood in here. But I'm gonna have to get up. This thing's frozen solid. All right. The door, I believe, was a success. All right. So that's good. Now I can get some gear in here. Well, let me take you guys in and show you guys and give you a little tour how it looks in there, shall we? Entered in. What? Give us the tour. Yeah, you guys got it. You guys got the tour. This is the exclusive tour of my makeshift hot tent that I'm going to try to camp in tonight and hopefully not freeze to death. Let me make this tripod smaller so it can actually fit. There we go. So there are some issues that I need to adjust on this hot tent, this makeshift hot tent. So the roof is kind of sagging in some areas. No big deal. I'm just going to kind of roll it up to get it out of the way. But yeah, pretty much it's sealed somewhat, you know. I don't see any obvious gaps in here, but there are some air gaps up here. I don't know if you can see this, but like right here, it's an air gap. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to tape this, which means I'm gonna have to go get better tape or something, because the tape I have right now is failing on me. And maybe I just need to start up the fire in here and warm up the tape, and it'll start working again. But it doesn't have to be super sealed in here, because the stove itself is going to be giving off a good amount of heat, so that'll warm me up, just having that radiant heat. I am going to have to get some snow and kind of bury along the edges over here, because there is an air gap at the bottom. I do need to get my CO2 monitor alarm, just to make sure I don't get CO2 poisoning. So that's something else I'm gonna have to get. But yeah, so far this is looking like it's promising, like it might keep me warm tonight. So just gotta fill in some holes and get some, maybe some heavier duty tape or something. I do have more of this saran wrap, so maybe I'm gonna just use that to patch it up. Why would I sleep in the... Wait. Why you want to sleep outside in the cold snow? Because it's a cool challenge, and I'm in Alaska. It's something we do. Check out my last video if you want to see a crazy sleeping out in the snow with an earthquake in a blizzard. I slept out on a mountain in a blizzard, and there was an earthquake that morning. That was a pretty insane morning. Anyway, yeah, this is the challenge. So, you know, it's interesting. You know, it gives you guys something to watch. Oh, it gives me something to create. And it's just this basic, magical, you know, thing that happens. So, anyway, yeah, snow's pretty deep. If you can see, it hasn't been snowing in a couple of days though, but this is just, you know, a little snow from a couple of days ago. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now my hands are going to get cold with ice. Yeah, moonshine. Man, I'd end up dead. So, anyway, let me go ahead and get my gear in here, you guys. Let's get some stuff in here. And I do have my wood burning stove. I need to set that up. And maybe I'll crank it up so you guys can see how it'll work. And then I'll come back and set up my sleeping arrangements. It is only like 3-something p.m. here in Alaska, so it's still pretty early. It's nowhere near going to bedtime. But yeah, thank you, MMLC. I am going to try to be safe. I got my bear spray and other means just in case I need it. I don't plan on anything crazy happening tonight, but you know, there's always a chance some person might come wandering by and see me and try to steal something. So let me go get this hot tent stove, and I'm gonna set it up, and I'll go ahead and start it for you guys. You know what? I actually forgot my pipe at home for the stove. I have another pipe, but I want to use this one particular one. So let me go get it though. I'm gonna set it up and show you guys how it's gonna work. All right, so I have, it's called Fire King. This is my wood burning stove, and I'm gonna set it up, show you guys how it's supposed to work. We're gonna go ahead and go inside again, and it is getting cold. I think someone else said they were from Alaska. That's pretty cool. There is a lot of cool things to do out here. I'm gonna go viral, hyperthermic, and frostbitten. Yeah. Like a frozen steak. That's funny. So let's get this up in here. I'm gonna have to fix this tripod again. But we are gonna set up this hot tent, and maybe I'll get it started for you guys so you can see the concept of how this is supposed to work tonight. Yeah, I can. JPC, I could definitely keep this video going all night so you guys can watch me get pale and frostbitten. So maybe you guys will see a bear come and eat a burrito, a human burrito. That's what they call us when we're sleeping in our sleeping bags and a bear walks up on us. Human burrito. So here we go. We're gonna set up the tent, the hot tent right here, because I I'm in Alaska. Not the hut tent, I'm gonna set up the stove right here because right above me there's no tree branches that are gonna catch on fire. Not that I would imagine it's gonna catch on fire because it's so freaking cold and everything's so wet, but just in case, there's always a chance. So anyway, let me take off this mask real quick. Whew. Oh, I'm sweating. Okay. How does that look? Oh. All right, so because my face is sweaty, I'm actually getting cold again. Let's put this back on. All right, can you guys see right here? Let's make it so you guys can see a little better. There we go. That's good. So I'm going to set up this stove right here for you guys to see how it's going to look. So this is a titanium stove. It's made by Fire King. I've used it multiple times. It's really a great stove. No issues with it. And I did get a new chimney for it because this one right now that I have is really difficult to use. And so I'm gonna have to go home and get the new chimney and set it up. But let me show you guys how this is supposed to work. So the stove itself just has compartments that slide into it itself. And I want it to be, yeah, let's keep it like this so we can see the fire. There's one side that is glass and the other side is just titanium wall. And I also have a makeshift roof, so I'm going to use this. I'm actually going to put it up there, maybe tape it or something. That way, when all the plastic wrap starts to melt, because it's going to be really hot around the pipe, this will kind of hold it together. And I'll have to tape this up there so that it won't create a big hole. But if it does, it's okay. There, you know, we do want some airflow. That way, we don't get any carbon monoxide poisoning. It doesn't need to be completely airtight in here, though the more airtight it is in here, the warmer it will be. So that is pretty much it together, and has these little legs that you open up. And I will have to adjust this because it's going to slowly sink into this snow as the snow underneath it melts. But that's okay. Maybe I'll get a piece of wood. And we will put this guy on top just so that none of the sparks and stuff fly around. It is supposed to get windy tonight, so we'll have to watch out. Nothing should catch on fire. Everything is covered in snow. So there should be absolutely no fire issues at all. Let's see if I can set up this pipe real quick to show you how it's supposed to look. So I don't plan on using this pipe. I got a new pipe that I want to use. This one's really dirty. once these pipes get bent, they're really hard to fix. I don't think you can actually make them smooth again. Maybe if you had the right machine, you can get it to smooth out again. There's these rings. So what you do is you put the ring on here and it'll hold it into place with the tension of it trying to unravel. Just like that. So it's holding it. That's the difficult side. This side's a little easier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just work my way up with these rings to hold it into place. Anyway, just to show you how it's supposed to work. Again, I'm not going to use this one tonight because I have a new one that I want to try out that I got. But this will always be a good backup to have, just in case. But basically, the pipe's held together with these rings like this, and then I would attach the pipe to right here. It has a dampener, which is cool, to adjust the airflow, and this also has a flue in the front. This allows the flow of the air to either be fast or slow, and that will determine how quick your fire will burn and how hot it'll get. So let's see if I can get this up and lit for you guys so you can see how it works. I think that'll be cool. And then I'll go get the other pipe afterwards and just take this one down. Because the other pipe is at my house, and I'm gonna have to end the stream to go get all that stuff. And I don't want to do that just yet. So again, we are here in Alaska, and we are going to try to camp in this makeshift saran wrap hut tent and not freeze to death. And this ground is cold. My boot's starting to get really cold sitting in here in the snow against this ground. And so this, if you have ever had to deal with the hot tent stovepipe, is the biggest pain in the butt ever. Unless you get the stackable ones, which I have, but just don't have it with me. This thing is a pain in the butt once you get it all crumbled or out of shape. It becomes really difficult to put on. So I don't think this is going to work. So you know what? I'm just going to have to go get the other one. So might have to take you guys to come with me. Let's go ahead and take this apart. That way it's not in my way. this thing is super loud. So I apologize if it's really loud for you guys. It's really loud for me. All right, we got that. So we're gonna come back with the other pipe. It's a stackable one, and it's only gonna take literally a minute to put together versus that one. That one's real difficult to put together. Okay, so slap the bracket. Yeah, I probably would freeze trying to use that mess. Yeah, for sure. So, okay, if anyone knows where I'm at, please don't come over here and steal my stuff while I'm gone. Because I had to go get this chimney top. So, oh man, my feet are freezing. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this with me because there's no reason to leave it here when I could just throw it in the back of my truck and just take it with me. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, my feet are freezing. West Virginia, no, this is Alaska. Super cold. It's gonna be in the single. We got snow and then it rained. And so there's this huge layer of ice, which is great when you're in the mountains, because it'll help with avalanches not happening. So anyway, we are going to go home real fast and go get the rest of our gear so I can set it up. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, igloo would be warmer. You're absolutely right. I just don't have enough snow to make an igloo. That's my problem. So let's try to take you guys along. That's what I want to do, is take you guys along for the journey to go get this stuff. No reason to kill the stream. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful here. It's still real early at 3:30 and our sun is pretty much gone down. It's just on the horizon, so it's going to be getting cold and dark really quick. Are you out of gas for the camper? No, the camper is it's a pull trailer. It's not the kind you drive, and it's all winterized and put up for the winter, and we just use it in the summer because it's way too difficult to try to use it in the winter because it gets too cold. So we are going to get the rest of my gear. Hold on. I'm gonna put the seatbelt on you guys to make sure that y'all are safe. So let's go ahead and get the seatbelt on. All right, y'all are safe, and if something happens, y'all are not gonna fly across the dash into the window. All right. No music. No copyright claims. No music.
Yes, sir?
Hey, David, can you open the garage for me, please?
Or are you coming back?
Yeah, I gotta grab some gear.
Okay.
All right, thank you. If you and Joseph want to come check it out, I have it set up.
Yeah. Uh,
I'll see you
okay,
guys.
let me know.
All right, love you, bye. All right, this is how Alaska looks. It is absolutely how this is going to work. And luckily, where I am now is really close to my house, within driving distance. So I'm not going to have to go very far. And if something were to happen and it just gets too cold and I can't take it, just jump in my truck and just drive home. And again, it's about 3:30, 3:41, and as you see, it's already getting dark here. It's going to keep getting dark here in Alaska until winter solstice, which is December 21st. So it's coming up, which is good because then it'll start getting brighter. Really looking forward to like February, March, because the sun should be out for a good amount of time and it'll still be cold and there should be a lot of snow for me to play in. To dig cool shelters and things. Whoa. Looks like the seatbelt didn't really work that well for you guys. And it's going to get down to the single digits this next week and possibly some negative temperatures.
Hello?
Hey, hold on a second. Okay, yep, garage is open. I gotta hurry up and get in there because the heater's on. And we don't want that heater to just keep going. All right. Here we go. Do some wood? No, we're not doing any craziness. I end up getting my truck stuck is doing all that. All right, so I have the pipes now right here. This is what we're gonna use. And I got my sleeping bag. And I need to grab a couple things to start the fire just in case. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty darn cold, not gonna lie. And it is hard to do things, but as long as you bundle up and put on the appropriate layers, you'll be fine. You have to be just smart about your layers. You know, don't wear any cotton. So we're gonna grab some of these fire starters to help start the fire tonight. And I had some new block things. I don't see them though. They don't sell that right. You know, you can North Face is kind of expensive, but they sell some really good products, but they're really expensive. If you have an REI where you live, which is also really expensive, REI sells some really good gear for cold weather. And so let's see what else we need. I had these new cubes. I don't see them though. They're fire starting cubes. That's a bummer. I could really use them, but that should start just fine. Yeah, I'm gonna need some firewood, aren't I? I just don't have any firewood. Hot chocolate, yes. You know what I have? I have some hot cider, and maybe I'll get some hot chocolate because I do have some. Let me grab it. Speaking of that, I should probably go ahead and grab my titanium cups and stuff. So here's my hot chocolate right here. I did have an open pack. Is this one not open? No. So yeah, this hot chocolate is going to keep us real warm tonight. Well, at least it's going to help make you feel a little warmer. What am I missing? You know, I swear I was planning, I knew I was going to do this. Yeah, you know, I have this MSR camping stove, and I actually have some gas. So worst case scenario, I'm gonna use this gas, just throw a little in the stove. It'll light right up. I tried as possible with the wood. My problem with my other stove was creosote or kerosene, whatever it's called, the black stuff, and it built up really bad. And that was one of the main reasons I had to get a new stove as well. Let me go ahead and grab my other stuff. So don't really want to go in the house with dirty boots. Need to wipe them off. If you guys are interested in these Alaska adventure stuff, check my videos. My last video, I was sleeping on a mountain, and during a blizzard in the morning, and an earthquake happened, and so that was pretty insane. And first time ever experiencing that myself, so it was pretty crazy. Do you want to? Okay. Hey, my daughter Abigail wants to say hi
Hi,
to all
guys.
the viewers.
Hi guys.
Had to ask her permission before she got on video. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
So, anyway, can't see you. There's a real bad glare. Okay.
All right.
There's
Bye-bye.
there's Angel. Y'all might be familiar with her if you've seen some videos and shorts. So I need to go grab again some cooking stuff. One last time. All right, so we got the cooking gear, and I already got some water, and I do got some firewood that we can use. So let's go ahead and head back so I can get the stove set up so you guys can see how cool this is gonna look after we get it all set up. Different gloves, if you got them. Yeah, what I have now are some, these are some wool gloves, and they are the outdoor research ones, and they're not heavy duty or thing, but they work, and they keep enough heat on my fingers that they don't freeze. So that's the primary objective. So, whoa. All right, let's go ahead and head back. Oh, and Angel, I would take her camping. I usually take Angel camping with me, my dog, but it's gonna be down to 0, and this is gonna be kind of a questionable camping situation, and I do not want to leave my dog in that situation where she's gonna be cold, because she can't talk to me, you know, and I don't want her to be cold. So she's gonna stay home. When I go hot tent camping, in my hot tent, bed with her, and we so we're heading back to the campsite now, and it is getting dark, and we are going to get this stove going so you guys can see how this is gonna work tonight. Might as well set up my cot and my sleeping bag while I'm at it, and then we're gonna get some food and make some something for dinner. So it's gonna turn out really good, whatever it is, because I am starting to get hungry at building up an appetite making this campsite, this hot tent, makeshift hot tent. Where's everybody tuning in from? Again, this is Anchorage, Alaska. It's super cold, getting dark at 4 p.m. because it's winter time.
It's a little exaggerated about how dark it gets here in Anchorage. The darkest day here is going to be, you'll still get about 5 hours of direct sun. You'll get a lot of twilight and dusk and dawn. But it's not completely dark like some people think how all of Alaska is. Only way up north, like in Barrow, they get no sun during the winter. So that I couldn't do that. It gets pretty depressing without the sun, but you know, you take your vitamin D, try to get outdoors, do things while you can outside. You know, it's not too bad, but yeah. Columbus, Ohio, Florida, man. Wish I was in Florida. Ohio too probably is not bad. I probably wish I would be in Ohio. How cold is it in Ohio? And what about Florida? What's the temperature like in Florida? I bet it's nice. I know down south you guys are getting like this Arctic freeze, or what is it called? Arctic blast or something. And so that's basically what you guys are getting is normal Alaska temperatures. Y'all are getting like a cold snap. There's usually moose and stuff where I'm camping. I did see some animal tracks, but they weren't fresh. So I don't think there are any moose back there right now. But sometimes there are. 25 degrees, man, that is cold. New York City's 33. Yeah, it's pretty cold too. Oh, 81 degrees. Wow. 81 degrees is paradise. I mean, it's a little on the warmer side, but no, 81 degrees is nice. 80 is about what we see here as our high in the summer in Anchorage, if we're lucky. You go further up north to Fairbanks, and Fairbanks will hit the 90s. It'll actually get hotter up north because it's away from the Gulf of Alaska that kind of keeps us nice and cool. Whoa, you guys are cold. I thought it was supposed to be warmer in the lower 48. Doing like a little off-road right here in the snow. It's not very deep though because I used the snow blower to clear it out. And we are back. All right, that was a nice quick drive. Let's get this pipe set up and get this fire started so you guys can see how cool this is gonna work. Whoa. You know, when it's this cold and you step outside, that first breath is like a really difficult breath to take. And that's exactly what happened just a second ago for me. Whew. I'm going to take this lighter and stick it in my jacket because if you have not experienced this before, when it's super cold, your lighter stops working. Yeah, you know, I don't like the hot, humid weather. And just when you walk outside, you start sweating like crazy. Not a fan of that. Having a canoe out here. All the trees are, you know, really nice. Hey, Bayou Mom. Woohoo! I'm originally from Louisiana, so know all about the bayous. Low humidity, yes, low humidity in the 60s. Man, that is paradise. So here we are again. This is what we're sleeping in tonight. So it's going to be a makeshift hot tent, just using wrapping paper as our walls in our tent. And the goal is to not freeze to death tonight. And we have a nice hot tent, a hot stove in here to keep us nice and warm. And we're going to set this up real quick. Okay. A little makeshift door. Oh, that door turned out good. There we go. So let's get these pipes out. So I'm really hoping this is gonna fit, and oh, okay, it'll fit. It's not the way I want it to fit. This will do though. This will work. I might have to get some little some tape and tape it around here. I don't know if I have any of that tape on me though. This seems a little bigger though. Why doesn't it slide over? Okay. Maybe there's a big end. One of these might be a bigger side than all the others. So this is my roof right here. Not roof. This is my pipes for my stove. Let's go ahead and put this together. And yeah, this doesn't fit perfect, so that's not good, because I don't want any smoke to be leaking. So does it go like this? Guess it doesn't matter. So I'm going to set this up like right here. And I think this is going to be good enough that it's going to create a seal, because it's a very snug fit. So I don't think we're going to have any issues with any smoke. Plus with the how quick the heat's going to be traveling out of here, I don't think it's going to have time to mess with that seal. So we're going to put this around one of the pipes like this, just as protection. So where do I want this stove? I'm thinking like right here is probably good. So if I go straight up, let's see, how is this going to work? I think I'm going to get something flat for this to stay on so it doesn't tip over. I have a lot of wood, so let me just get a flat piece of wood to put it on. That way I can get it level as well. Then we'll get it fired up so you guys can see how this is going to work. Oh, did you guys see that? I just tripped coming in the tent. Oh, that was not pretty. I left the bottom lip on the wall, and that's what I tripped over. And so anyway, wow, I'm gonna have to go back and get a highlight of that. That was not cool. Luckily there was snow, a little snow to brace my fall. All right, so we have, there it is, nice and flat. And you know what I can do is I can put some snow underneath this bottom layer right here to kind of lift it up to make it a little more level. There we go. We want a nice level stove if possible. That way we're not worrying about it tipping over or anything. And it is starting to get cold. So this is where the window is right here. You guys are going to be able to see the flame coming through here. It's kind of dirty, but you'll still be able to see it just fine. Let's go ahead and get some wood and get this bad boy started so y'all can take a peek. Oh, and this thing is cold. My hands are kind of wet and they're sticking to it. Okay. Let me go get the fire starter and everything else. So I'll be right back. And hopefully this time I'm not going to be tripping back into the camera's view, because that was uncalled for. You know, Johnny, I don't know that the stove will keep you warm in an actual hot tent. I don't know if it's going to keep this makeshift shelter I created actually warm, but at least the radiant heat will warm me up somewhat. So if you guys are new to my channel, please like and subscribe. You know, everything helps out. This is I just started getting more into YouTube a little more, so I would really appreciate that. And let me go get this fire starting stuff.
Okay. All right. So we are going to get this guy started up. Now I brought hot water with me, but it's not hot anymore. And I'm really hoping this works out the way it's supposed to. So one of the things I need to do before I start this up though is this pipe up here. I need to make it go through the roof, and I need to put the little protective cover where it's gonna hold it. That way it doesn't just melt and ruin it. So we have 2 more pipes right here, so we can make it a little taller than it currently is. And what I'm going to need to do is lift it up higher, so I'm going to have to unhook it and just lift it up. And the best thing to do is go ahead and put on that protective thing. Where is it at? Here it is. So let's get something to kneel on. There we go. And you know what else I can do? I might as well put on the spark tester. I think that's what it's called. Just to make sure the sparks aren't flying everywhere. And is it gonna fit? That's the question. Yes, it will fit, I think. Maybe it won't fit, because this is gonna have to go upside down. Well, I can have it kind of lopsided in here. I don't know how much that's gonna affect it. I need to get some of that insulating tape, really, to get this to work. But I think as long as it doesn't move around too much, it should stay good like this. So let's go ahead and take this off. And I'm going to put a hole right above here with my knife that we're going to stick it out of. So it's going to go straight up here. So we're just going to go straight up, cut a hole. Okay. And so you know what I'm going to also do is kind of let it burn for a little bit. That way any of this plastic that does get all melty, get that smell out of here. Because I don't want to be breathing that in. Oh, that didn't work. So if I did like this, that actually should be fine. I don't think I need to go a little higher, but you know, we'll go a little higher just to be safe. There we go. All right, so that's it. And do I really need to put this on there? I think so. Let's go ahead and just put this on here real quick, just to be safe. And this will just cover the hole it ends up making so that no air will really flow out too good. Plastic is gonna melt. It's really good. I know it already. All right, let's get this fire started, shall we? Got a couple pieces of fat wood to help get this fire going. And I'm not going to do anything fancy. We're just going to get this bad boy going.
Okay. So there she goes, lighting up. And this is going to be our source of heat tonight, is this wood burning stove. And do need to get the CO detector, but you know, there's a lot of air gaps in this makeshift tent that I really don't think we're gonna have any issues tonight with that. Let's just get this stove nice and going, then we'll be able to feel the heat really good. What's in here? Oh, another stove. Kind of wish I had like some Christmas tree ornaments or something to put up around here so I could see it better. And so far, I don't see any smoke coming out of that little hole that I was kind of concerned about. That's good. Ooh, it's nice flame now. This wood should be already pretty dry, so I'm not too concerned about the wood burning. But we will create a little stack right here to make sure that it keeps drying if it's not dry enough. I'll put a couple pieces under it too. So this is what's going to keep me warm tonight. And so let's go look to see how the chimney is looking real quick. So there's the stove right there, and you could see right through this clear paper, or this wrapping paper. You know, this stuff isn't going to keep me that insulated, so I'm really counting on the stove to keep me warm tonight. But as you can see on the chimney, there's almost no smoke, so this wood is burning super clean, which is great. So we're going to keep it going really nice and hot, and make sure any of that plastic that the stove is, the pipe's touching, you know, hopefully it will melt it or do whatever it needs to do to get that out of the way. And maybe I need to cut that branch that's like right above it, or do something to hit it, because that's pretty close, and that might actually melt the snow and catch that branch on fire. And that wouldn't be cool, right? And so I could tell you guys already that it is already warmer in here. Just walking back in here, I could feel it's already warmer. So that's great. I'm really thinking that this stove is going to keep us nice and warm tonight. Where is my headlamp? So I have one of these temperature gauge guys, and we are going to kind of hang this up here on the roof. And I have one also that I'm going to put outside. That way it'll tell me what the difference is in the temperature from outside to inside. And this bottom might get too hot. So I need to work on my door, which I'm planning to just use my maybe my sled just as a door tonight. We'll have to see if that works. You know, the snowman, the abominable snowman, yeah, he exists out here in Alaska. So you got to be careful about that guy. He will get you. If you're not careful, he will get you. Anyway, I might need to go shopping to get something for dinner, because didn't really plan too well. You know, I was gonna eat a bowl of noodles, but yeah, we might just stick with that. Some noodles tonight. But you guys, if you guys want to go shopping with me, we can. Maybe you guys can help pick out something I can make on this stove. What do y'all think about that in the chat? Do you guys want me to take y'all shopping and let you guys choose something for me to get? And I'm not saying something crazy expensive either, because yeah, don't have money for something like that. So this is hot tinting in a saran wrap hot tent, makeshift hot tent. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. And I left my pad at home, didn't I? My sleeping pad. That's not good. I have styrofoam though. I can sleep on styrofoam. So where's everybody tuning in from? Earlier we had some folks from Ohio, from Florida, and it was a nice warm temperature. Yeah, you know, I am not prepared as I would be for this live stream. But you know what? Sometimes that's what you have. You're just unprepared for events. But this one, I totally could have prepared for it better. I just wanted to... my main goal was to get out here and get this shelter set up before it got dark. And that's what my main goal was. No, I don't think I'll be freezing. I have a nice good sleeping bag, and I have this wood burning stove right here, and it's giving off some pretty good heat. This tent, makeshift tent, isn't very insulated, and it's going to be cold, so my sleep system though I think is going to keep me nice and warm. hopping in there. That's pretty cool. Use this as a makeshift table. Put things on. Yeah, frost will build up on here. That will be something that's going to happen. Will it be an issue? No, I don't think so. I don't think the frost buildup by itself is going to actually be an issue. Need to get this wood to catch. Okay, that one's catching. The stove is getting hot already. Oh, did the fire go out? I think the fire did go out. It's like a backdraft happening. Maybe it's this big cold piece of wood right here, giving it breathing issues. This lighter doesn't work too well when it's too cold. And I think I'm having some lighter issues right now too. I might have to go get a better lighter than this. Oh no, did I put it out again? No, okay, good. Uh-oh, the popos are coming. Whew! Getting this fire started is a pain in the butt. Right now, I think it's like, I don't know what, let me see what the temperature is. My feet are freezing. Right now it's 12 degrees and it says it feels like -1 degree. It's because of the wind. So 12 degrees and it feels like -1. So this shelter is blocking the wind for us. So at least it's gonna feel a little closer to 12 degrees than that -1. So we're gonna get this fire going. I'm gonna make some hot cocoa real quick because why not make some hot cocoa? And I need to set up this cot. And I also need to work on my door because my door is wide open, just letting the cold air in. So this goes up. And I'm just putting my cot together in the background right now. It's not anything super interesting to see. And you know what? Why this fire is going nice and lit right now, I can go ahead and heat up some water for my hot cocoa. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we?